Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic Friday night. Tonight, hopefully we're gonna finish up Post-Shadowbringers MSQ 5.55. It looks like there's only 3 quests to do, but since this is the finale for post-expansion content, there's probably gonna be a ton of really long cutscenes. But, you know, then we'll just be able to sit back, relax, have a nice Friday night watching absolute insanity happen. You know, a normal Friday night. Anyway, we start off this next quest by talking to Alize, so let's just get right on it. I believe we talked to everyone last time, so I'm not going to talk to everyone right now. Just start with Alize and get started. The company we keep. That's the right quest, right? Yes. The company we keep. Alize can tell that you are itching to take the fight to the Telefori. Oops. Ah, brilliant. You are looking well. I take it you managed to squeeze in some rest. If you came hoping for tidings from Kryl, I'm afraid we're still waiting. But we do have some odd scraps of news to share. Scraps, she says. Lunar primals have been popping up all over the place, but the Alliance has the situation well in hand, thanks to no small part to Hoary Boulder and the others. The absolute Chad, good man. Meanwhile, talks with the beast tribes are going over better than expected. Encouraged by Uldah's progress with the Amalja, Gridania has opened negotiations with the Ixal, believe it or not. All of which is obviously very encouraging, but when the Telefori still out there, it's not as if we can afford to lower our guard. As I know you're raring to go for a fight, but I understand what you're saying. Begging your pardon, but I come bearing an invitation from the Alliance. A council meeting is due to be held in Alamigo, and your attendance is humbly requested. Ah, we were just talking about the Alliance. May I ask what's on the agenda? I believe the intention is to share news of recent developments and discuss what measures might be taken to combat the Telefori. In concert with all our new allies, the beast tribes have also been invited. Oh, that's interesting. It is hoped that they will join us in the fight against our common foe. So, the Alliance would bring all of the beast tribes into the fold at a single stroke. An ambitious plan, given the delicacy of the negotiations, but it may happen expedient one, considering the threat we face. Indeed, my lady, and for their part, I am told the beast tribes have agreed to attend. If the Scions too are present, all of Eorzea will be represented. Stoic nod. He's learning. To arrange such a meeting must have been quite an undertaking, not only diplomatically, but practically. Pray inform the Alliance that we would be honored to participate. We shall make for Alamigo without delay. Then I will bear your news thither with all haste. We look forward to receiving you at the Royal Palace. So obviously things are going to go wrong here. Now that we've accepted the invitation, who exactly is going to attend? Gee, Thancred, I wonder who. I move that you and Y'shtola lead our contingent. Given how long you have worked to end summoning, it is only right that you were present for what promises to be a historic moment. I bet it's going to be a historic moment. Not the way you're thinking, Alphinaud. I think we've all played our part in that little endeavor, don't you, Brillian? Stoic nod. All present may rightly claim a seat. I do quite agree. But by your leave, I believe I shall remain here and lend what assistance I can to the coordination of our defensive efforts. I'm not coming either. Emmerich will be there, and I'd rather not be interrogated. Yep. That sounds like a Stinian. Very well then. While those with a mind to hold the fort get on with holding it, I suggest the rest of us make for Alamigo, shall we? Well, I suspect this is not going to go according to plan. Don't forget to bring me something nice from Alamigo. I can't remember how to do Tataro's voice. I shall take this opportunity to gain a better understanding of Sir Stinian. Being a Eldizen of like age, 'tis possible we have interests in common. No, I don't think so. Mayhap I shall begin by lending him a favorite treat. No! No, I don't think so. Poor Stinian. Don't worry. I have no plans to return to roaming in your absence. I know you'd only chase me if I did. Well, I know Tataru would. Let's see, we gotta get all the way over to Alamigo. Well, guess it's time to use one of those, Aetheryte tickets. Let's see. Right, you can't just right-click. My brain is still on World of Warcraft where you can right-click to zoom out the map. Alright, let's head over to Alamigo. Now then, where are we headed? Palace? Yeah, I think. Once I finish 5.55 MSQ, we're going to finish up the Nier Raid series and then do these, the Shadowbringers trials, and we get to meet Papa Gaius. Alright, I think that's a meme. It should be if it's not. Like the city-states, every beast tribe has its factions, each with their own agenda, making peace a complex proposition. But if the Alliance can come to an understanding with their leaders, it will be for them to resolve internal politics. The Amalja cannot be the only tribe to have been targeted by the Telephory, and none of them will have taken kindly to having their people enslaved, nor their gods turned against them. Even with the swift intervention of the immortal flames, all too many lost their lives in Pagalthon. It's Pagalthon. Still closer cooperation between our peoples will be required if we are to thwart the plans of the Telephory. Honestly, the look on your face, eager to bear witness to another historic moment by any chance? I suppose I am, and the fact that our cure for tempering made it possible only heightens my anticipation. These two, they get along so well. I mean, they're they're tied for #1 Warrior of Light simp, so it kind of makes sense. Anyway, let's talk to this Resistance Guard and get into the meeting. We have been expecting you. While some few guests have yet to arrive, the Alliance leaders are all present. Shall I show you in? Here we go. Didn't get a chair for the Beast Tribes? Seems a bit disrespectful. Also, only 3 came? Where'd the Ixal? Oh, the Ixal, their Sylphs are here now. There's the Beetle people, and... oh yeah, that's like all of them.
Esteemed guests, you honor us with your presence. As there is much to discuss, let us begin.
Information on our taken brethren you have, yes? Hear it we would! beyond forgiveness these featherless ones are! With rivers of blood shall they pay. Freed our people must be!
We too would see your kin liberated. But ere we attempt their rescue, we must first find a means to negate the risk of tempering. Without that, we will be unable even to approach the towers, let alone contend with their defenders.
If all else fails, I've always found cannonballs quite effective.
Now, Merit Whip, not yet.
And what of the prisoners? Would you see them slaughtered?
Think for a moment. Ponder, consider, think. If Merlwyb truly intended to bombard the towers, she would have done so by now. Remember, we came here to find a solution together, did we not?
The voices for the kobolds throw me off.
Y'shtola spoke of defenders. I but offered a means to clear a path, should you require it.
Given the enemy's capabilities, we will all need to play our part if we are to have any chance of success. For if any here should give less than their best, it will be to the cost of every living being on this star.
A paragon, the Empire, our very gods. How can we hope to prevail against such odds?
Well, I happen to be a god slayer myself.
That our foe is formidable, none would deny. But our strengths are many and varied. In this chamber, I see masters of strategy, masters of magic, masters of the land, the air, and the sea. And together, there is nothing in creation we cannot overcome. I beg your pardon?
He mad.
What is it, Soulwalker? Do not express your passion thus.
Oh, okay. He was happy.
Pretty without gills, perhaps. Suffice it to say, I am proud to be counted amongst Eorzea's finest. We Sahagin will play our part.
Well, you guys are gonna make us fight Lunar
We kobolds
Leviathan
have
or
not
something, right?
forgotten the crimes the Overdwellers committed against us in the past. But today we look to the future as allies united in purpose.
Sounds like it's like a woman using a voice changer. The kobold voice. Maybe that's why it throws me off.
Ah! Make mock of the Ixal, the Paragon does! Turns kin into puppets, pits brother against brother. Free them from his grasp, we shall!
As Patriarch Zadar will attest, the Scions have granted us a means to free your brethren from their thraldom. This boon we will gladly share, that your people might never be enslaved again.
We accept! We accept!
Praise me!
It's taken a while, but I do believe we might be one step closer to a world without primals. Would that Minfilia were here to see it?
I mean, this was like the plot of ARR. Or part of the plot.
We still have a long way to go, and we're going to need a lot more Porksies. But we're moving in the right direction.
So he's learning Stoic Nod.
If I may have your attention, there is one other point I would like to raise. As we can all agree, freeing those held captive must take precedence over every other concern. But experience has taught us that none save those with the capacity to resist tempering can hope to enter the towers unscathed. And even once inside, a still greater threat may yet await them, that which we call a primal. Needless to say, if we are to succeed, engaging with such foes can only ever be considered a last resort. And so I move that we seek to prevent them from being summoned in the first place.
Don't worry, Alphinaud, I got it covered.
Yes! Both prayer and ether are needed for the ritual. Should either one be denied, the summoning would fail.
Indeed. And so we must endeavor to discover the source of the ether on which the process depends. Do so, and it may present a way to halt the summonings, or perhaps even neutralize the towers entirely.
A promising proposal. While you are conducting your investigations, however, we will need to remain vigilant, lest the Telophoroi commit further abductions and summon primals ere we have the means to prevent them. To stand a better chance of keeping our enemy at bay, we would do well to coordinate our defensive efforts, sending reinforcements to assist our neighbors when needed.
We Amalja would have been overwhelmed were it not for our newfound allies. But say the word, and we shall come.
I see we are all in accord. But what are we to call this proud fellowship of ours? I submit that the honor of naming it should go to the scion whose brave efforts have done so much to unite Eorzea.
Do I have to?
What say you, my friend?
And just give it to Alphinaud. He'll do a better. He'll do a worse job at it. We're called the Grand Company of Eorzea. And sure, whatever. We call it the Crystal Braves.
But that's the name I...
Alphinaud.
A fine choice, for there is none here who does not love Eorzea.
Aye, in that we shall ever be united.
United in our gratitude for the realm that gave us life.
Then let it be recorded that on this day, the Grand Company of Eorzea was born.
Alphinaud. This is what he wanted in ARR. Kinda.
How long have we dreamed of this moment? And now that it's here, Oh, forgive me. Might we speak outside?
Stoke nod. Alphinaud. The Grand Company of Eorzea. I wonder what the real and the other former Crystal Braves will make of it. Well, that's the point. We may have won the leaders, but now the leaders must win over their own people. No small task, I grant you, but we have come a long way since first we joined with Minfilia to bring an end to summoning. A long, long way. Forgive me for observing, but Alphinaud seems less jubilant. Might his thoughts still be preoccupied by the fate of poor Arnvold? It's a pity it took the threat of annihilation for everyone to cast their grievances aside. But better late than never, I suppose. Okay, boy. Come on, there we go. Well, now that we are out of earshot of the other delegates, I hope you will forgive me if I speak my mind. Let me begin by saying that I have dreamed for the day since the moment I first set foot upon these shores, and that I was as heartened as anyone to see the peoples of Eorzea pledge their solidarity. Yet, even as they uttered their declarations, all I could think about was the conflict to come, of the sacrifices that would be made, and the lives lost. Inevitabilities I still struggle to accept. Palestinian can help you accept them. But at least now there is hope. The formation of the Grand Company of Eorzea is the first step, the first of many. many, many more. Elder Seatsir, how might we be of service? I seek Master Alphinode's assistance in a matter involving Gridanian neighbors, the Sylphs. Stoic head turn. I know that you and yours have long kept a weather eye upon the crystal trade, the better to predict the coming of primals, and so you will be familiar with the Sylphs of the Ash-Crown Consortium. Though through their dealings, they have cultivated relations not only with the city-states, but many other communities besides. Communities such as the Beast Tribes. Just so, it is our hope that we may make use of the Sylph's established lines of communication to coordinate the efforts of our new fellowship. Yet there remain certain practical differences between a trade consortium and a grand company. If the Sylphs are to perform their task effectively, they will require the counsel of one versed in the operational aspects of an armed force. I mean, technically Alphanode has the experience. An armed force founded with the self-same goal in mind, no less. The Crystal Braves, yes. Forgive me, Master Alphanode. I know that it is a painful chapter in your life, but the experience may yet be made to serve the realm. In my hubris, I plotted a course for the Crystal Braves which stretched far beyond the Order's initial conception. One intended to pave the way for the founding of what I intended to call the Grand Company of Eorzea. But my plans all came to naught. Built upon a frail foundation of lofty ideals, the Order was doomed from the first to collapse under the weight of more worldly interests. And I have no wish to see those endeavors suffer the same fate. Alphanode? Mayhap I ask too much of you. Not at all. You may count upon my assistance, for what little it is worth. By your leave, I shall prepare a report, including a list of recommendations drawing on the lessons I learned from my failures as the Crystal Braves. You have my gratitude, Master Alphanode, and my trust. When your report is ready, pray share it directly with the Sylphs. With your guidance and the earnest efforts of every goodly soul gathered here this day, I have no doubt but that our fellowship shall emerge from the shadow of the Telephory and flourish. Until next we meet, my friends. Before committing anything to writing, there are a number of people whose thoughts I should like to hear. Former Braves, you understand. Might you join me in seeking them out? Who is he gonna ask? I mean, there's only like one Crystal Brave I can think of that's still alive, that isn't like at Mordona right now, or at Revenant's Toll right now. I can't think of an excuse not to, so yes, that's a bit mean. Don't treat little brother like that. Thank you. As someone who witnessed the Order's rise and fall, yours would be a reassuring presence. I'll join you. If you're planning to canvass the opinions of your former comrades, it will be a lot quicker if we share the task of questioning them. Then mayhap Graha can lend a hand as well. I shall accompany Thancred back to the Rising Stones. Between us, I dare say we should be able to provide an accurate enough account of the day's events. We should be glad of your company, Graha. I shall explain the details on the way. Okay, you two. 3. It will not be easy to revisit the past, but sometimes one must look back to see the way forward. That's very like him. At least that statement. I take it we will soon be paying the Sylphs a visit? How fascinating. It will be to speak with them in person, though I gather conversation can prove rather challenging? Yeah, I forget exactly how the Sylphs are, but like they're a bit weird to talk to. So, what's the plan, brother mine? Before discussing the task at hand, I should probably admit that the report I proposed is largely written. Yeah, that sounds like Alphinaud. Not long after that fateful day in Uda, I penned a detailed account of the organization's history, from the events that led to its inception to the failings that brought about its demise. This I did primarily as a means of taking some semblance of responsibility. Never did I imagine that it might later be referred to by those seeking to form a similar organization. That sounds exactly like something he would do. And while I made every attempt to be objective, the account was mine alone. Its events viewed from my singular perspective. For it to be of use, however, it must be broadened to encompass the viewpoints of all involved. Only then can it answer what seems to me to be crucial. Question, namely, why? After the Crystal Braves disbanded, did some members choose to remain with us while others did not? I see. You think the answer will tell us something about the nature of the ties that bind our new grand company together, and that this knowledge might help us prevent it from falling when those bonds are inevitably tested. Stoic nod. That is my hope, yes, but the questions I would ask are uncomfortable to some. As the former commander of the Crystal Braves, I doubt that those who abandoned the cause would welcome my inquiries. True, that's a very good point. Then that's why we have Graha and Alize. Then Graha and I will just have to try. Meanwhile, the two of you can talk to the ones who have kept the faith. A fine suggestion. Have care, however. Certain of my former comrades are of questionable character, so keep your wits about you, and let us reconvene in Gridania later on. If you have no objections, I've a mind to begin by speaking to Riol and Alien. If memory serves, the two of them will be attending an intelligence briefing at Castrum Orings. Let us seek them out there. I don't remember these people. I think I remember Alien, the name, but I don't remember who they are. It's been over a year since I played ARR. Oh yeah, I remember Riol. Oh yeah, these are the two, but... Oh right, duh. They literally just said that we're gonna talk to the people that stayed, and that Graha and Alize are going to talk with the people that didn't stay. And then I remember that both of these, they've been in Revenant's Toll this whole time. While such briefing are seldom exciting affairs, their importance in coordinating our efforts with our allies cannot be overstated. In that regard, Alien and Riol have been most dependable. Oh, I didn't expect to see you here, Brilliant. But if you enjoy intelligence briefings, you've come to the right place. Yeah. Well, look who it is. And what brings you two here? Wouldn't have anything to do with the big meeting, would it? In a manner of speaking, I've been assigned a task, you see, for which I require the assistance of former members of the Crystal Braves. So you want to know what we decided to stick around with the Scions, eh? Ain't an easy thing to put into words, that. As I once explained to Brillian, I spent a long time agonizing over my failure to alert— oh right, shoot, yeah, that's right. For my negligence, I was captured along with many others, and we were powerless to prevent the tragedies that ensued. Not a day goes by that I don't think back to those fateful events. By joining the Scions, I hope to redeem myself, and I will continue to serve the cause as long as I am able. But that wasn't my only reason. When we finally reunited at the Rising Stones, you refused to blame anyone but yourself for the fall of the Crystal Braves. And in spite of everything that had happened, everything you had suffered, you took us back without a moment's hesitation. We would not have blamed you had you turned us away, but when you gave us your trust instead, what else could we do but try to repay it? Nothing, that's what. And as for me, my own tale, well, I've always felt the Scions have something in common with the old crew. The duty of the strong is to protect the weak, and that's our creed. I still strive to live by it this day. But as time's gone on, I've learned that strength comes in many shapes and sizes. From Horde Boulder to Mistress Tatar, we've all got something to offer. And none of us is doing it for personal gain, because we believe there's more important things than that. Things worth protecting. Which is what being a Scion is all about. Man, it's hard to read this. Also, I should probably be doing more of a Cockney accent, not a Southern American accent. But I can't do a Cockney accent. I'm at a loss for words. Thank you, my friends. To hear this from you means more than you know. Forgive me, Berlian, could you... Give us your thoughts on the Crystal Braves. Why do you think the Crystal Braves ended in failure? I mean, it doesn't matter, but... Taking a drink. Well, it's found in ideals were something to be proud of, but ideals alone don't make a crew. For every swab who signed up with good intentions, there's another who was only in it for the coin, the glory, or both. Ours was quite a disparate brand. And while I never forgive Ilberd, the fact that we managed to function at all was thanks in large part to his efforts. Just a pity he was doing it all for the wrong reasons, eh? Only takes one bad apple, they say, and the Braves had a barrel full of them. Not like Scions. We might look like a ragtag band of misfits, but deep down, we all got that shared sense of purpose, eh? And why? Because Tatar made us. Because Tatar sifted out all the glory hunters before they made it through the door. That does not surprise me at all. I see. So while our ranks comprise a diverse range of people, each with their own individual strengths, we are all united in purpose. Isn't that obvious? Thank you, my friend. With your permission, I shall make a record of our discussion and refer to it when drafting my recommendations. Until we meet again. Oh, it's called The Company We Keep. Okay. I get that quest name. Speaking of former Crystal Braves, I have not seen Artemis of late. Lately, constantly away on missions as he is. I wonder how he fares. I don't remember who that is. After the company heroes went their separate ways, I did try working on my own for a bit, and I'll admit, it was nice being able to pick my own battles. But if you want to make a real difference, you gotta find a good crew and stick with them. On official business, Alphinaud is keen to hear what Alisaie and G'raha Tia have learned from the Braves who turned their back on the cause. Well, I think we have taken up enough of our colleagues' time, and I am conscious of the less life-affirming testimonies await. Let us make our way to Gridania and hear what the others have learned. I suspect it's going to be, there's two things. One is going to be that they felt that the ideals were too idealistic and that they didn't believe that they could happen, or they were only there for the coin and they didn't feel like it turned out as it should. Oh, I thought they were gonna meet up out here. Let me just go ahead and teleport then. Then again, I could be completely wrong. I am curious to hear what the actual reasons people left were. So let's go talk to Alisaie and G'raha and see what it is and see why. or at least what reasons they were able to uncover. Oh, there you are. On the way here, I took the opportunity to write up my notes from our conversations with Alienne and Riol. All that remains is to add Alize and Graha's findings, whatever they may be. Well, when Alize sets her mind on something, there's no stopping her. I know. And her mind was truly set on finding former Braves. For a while, I even feared that what she might do to them. You made my little brother cry, you shall pay! She'd never actually say it, but that's totally what she was thinking. For a while, I even feared what she might do to them. But in the event, she was admirably civil, for the most part. Okay, Alize, what did you do to them? Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable... Of course they just went and asked Tataru. Thanks to Tataru's ever-dependable intelligence, we managed to track down a handful of former Braves without any great difficulty. Some were forthright, others less so, but we heard enough to form a picture. I must warn you, Afnode, some of these comments were harsh. I can well imagine, but their opinions are no less vital to my report. I seek the unvarnished truth. Thank you. I will set about adding our findings to my own at once. In the meantime, pray go on ahead to Little Solace and seek out Elder Frixio. I will join you anon. Thought they were going to actually tell us some of them, but let's see. Leave me to attend to my report and join the others in Little Solace. I shan't keep you waiting long. I know how playful the sylphs can be. Well, they can't be any worse. They aren't any worse than the pixies, that's for sure. I'm sure he knows that firsthand. Alright, let's head over to the... Where is the place again? Little Solace, that's right. The only ARR Beast Tribe, or tribal quests that I've finished is I completely finished up the Ixal tribal quests because I like crafting. And then all the other ones I got to like level 2. Level 3 so that I could buy all the dyes. So that a fashion report would be really easy and cheap. So I know last week when I did fashion report, I didn't have level 3 in the Mulja, and so I ended up having to do a couple of the tribal quests right then to actually get enough rep to do the to be able to buy the dyes. Actually, no. I just ended up doing my own version of the easy 80 points. And then I did the quests later, because you see I have level 3 now. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to Graha, Alize, and then Frixio. Though I had the honor of sharing a table with Elder Frixio in Alamigo, I did not have the opportunity to speak with him. I do hope my studies have granted me sufficient grasp of his people's customs. Now that I think about it, of the 4 of us, only you and Alphanote have any real experience in conversing with sylphs. Still, it can't be that hard, can it? I don't know, Alize. I completely forgot how annoying they can be, but I have a vague memory in the back of my mind that it was not pleasant. Ah, welcome, Brave One, and friends of Brave One. How good it is to see walking ones again so soon after the meeting. In a while since we last spoke. Should this one perform the customary dance of greeting? I don't remember that. Indeed it has. Though the palace was very pretty, the meeting was far too noisy for this one. So many shouting ones, and squawking ones, and chasing ones, and no chance of carefree conversation. Still, this one is pleased all ones can be friends. Honored one, Kanesena, said that the walking ones would be coming to Little Solace. Imperial ones also invaded Sylphlands and abducted many of these ones. So these ones will be glad to bear messages between fighting friendly ones. This is heartening to hear, Elder. It will require all ones to work in unison to stop telephony. These ones will try very hard, of course, but in matters of war, these ones have little experience, and any advice walking ones can provide would be most welcome. I feel like one of them is going to mess up. Oh, another pretty silver-haired one? And in quite a hurry, it seems. Alize, you must come quickly. What? Whatever's the matter, Alpha Node? Don't tell me you couldn't read my handwriting. What? No! A Twin Adder officer accosted me as I was about to set out. What? Charlian has sent an envoy, who is due to arrive at Gridania in any moment. What? An envoy? Could it be that Kryl has managed to sway the Forum? I highly doubt that. We shall know soon enough, but there is more. The envoy has requested that the two of us attend the audience with the Elder Seedseer. I really hope it's not who I think it is. But considering they're asking for both of them, I'm pretty sure I know who it's gonna be. And that's because I've gotten slightly spoiled on who the leader of the Forum is, but we'll see in a minute. Really? I can see why they might want Scions to be present, but us specifically? Wait, it isn't who I think it is. It is. I could scarce believe it myself, and when I inquired as to the envoy's identity, I was told that it was one of Forchelant Levier. Yep. Their father. Your father? Well now, the fact that a serving member of the Forum had journeyed here would be a surprise, but him? Yeah. Quite. I glean from this that you are taking this matter seriously. That may be, but why him and not the other 98 Forum members? Unless he volunteered for? He's probably gonna say, you guys are idiots, come home. Because I believe I know his stance on his father's belief in Eorzea. It has been some time since you last saw your father, has it not? Could it be that he is concerned for your well-being? No, I doubt it. Perhaps, but he has always been reluctant to discuss his work with us. Indeed, and whenever we write to our parents, it is invariably our mother who replies. Nevertheless, I welcome the opportunity to meet him after so long, even if it is secondary to his true purpose here. Elder Frixio, loath though I am to cut our visit short, we must return to Gridania. Pray accept my apologies along with my report. Never mind. There will be time to talk later. This one wouldn't keep walking ones from more urgent matters. Go. The audience will be held at the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seedseer awaits even now. Let us be on our way. I really want to see how this turns out. Because I've been curious about Charlian and everything since, like, Stormblood. Because I knew, like, in Endwalker you go to Old Charlian. Alright, let's head on over then. And then you actually met their dad. And you get to meet Amalys, their mom. Oops, I should have said her name. Oh well. It's kind of hard to not see the Amalys and 2B Thigh High memes. Also, you people are weird. Welcome, Warrior of Light. The Elder Seedseer and your friends are waiting within. I really hope this is voiced, because I want to see this heated discussion. After all this time away, it will be good to see my father, even if it is at an official meeting. 99 may seem like a rather lot of members, but before the Forum was founded, every person of age in Charlian was given equal say in its governance. That does not sound like a good idea. Many of the institutions that are still active today were established by the people's vote, not least the Studium. As Alize and I are constantly reminded during our time there, it is an example of what can be achieved through absolute democracy. Oh, right, I read that wrong, didn't I? During my time in Charlian, I heard much of Forchelon. Okay, I really need to pronounce this right. Forchenault. Levier. He is a gifted speaker, known amongst other things for uncompromising application of foreign policy. Like I said, this is probably not going to go well. Because the forum's policy is to not help out and just stay contained. So he's going to be very adamant about their not helping out Eorzea. My friend, I thank you all for coming so swiftly. Word of Master Forchenault. Forchenault's visit took us quite by surprise. When the Alliance granted Mistress Kryl permission to request Charlian's aid, we did not anticipate so prompt a reply, much less that it would be delivered by a member of the Forum. What the nature of the reply may be, we shall soon discover. Oh no, I think it's pretty obvious. Oh no, another handsome elfman.
Elder Seedseer, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Oh, and he's got the great voice, too.
I am Forchenault Leveilleur, here in my capacity as representative of the Forum.
It is I who should thank you, Master Forchenault, for journeying so far and so swiftly. Would that our first meeting could have been under happier circumstances.
It has been too long, Father. You look well.
As do you both. Emiliance will be glad to hear that you are taking
Emiliance, okay, that's how you say your name.
How is Mother?
She misses you terribly, of course, but is otherwise a picture of health. Circumstances apart, I'm grateful that our meeting has afforded me the chance to be reunited with my children at long last. And I believe I also owe you thanks for the hospitality you showed my father, Louisoix, during his sojourn in Eorzea.
All thanks we owe to him. In the days prior to the 7th Umbral Calamity, it was your father's tireless efforts which granted us a means to vanquish the Primals.
1.0 flashbacks.
Were it not for him, our strength would have been quite spent by the time the Empire arrived. That Gridania still stands is in large part his achievement. He was a great man.
He would doubtless have been moved to hear you say so. I must confess, however, that I opposed his decision to intervene.
That doesn't surprise me.
And my position remains unchanged.
Again, that doesn't surprise me.
To chart the course of history, not to change it. I am familiar with the Charlian stance.
It is more than that. It is our way of life. Who we are. But I came here not to deliver a lecture, but the Forum's answer to your request. Charlian will under no circumstances intervene in the conflict between Eorzea and the Garlean Empire.
May I ask for what reason the Forum has come to this decision? The final days spell the end not only for Eorzea, but the entire world.
The final days? Pray spare me your hyperbole. This conflict is no more than the latest in a series of petty squabbles between yourselves and Garlemald, one in which Charlian will take no part. If the final days were truly upon us, we would know.
How would you know if you shut yourselves?
Father, you must ask the Forum to reconsider.
If you guys are cut off from everyone
You may feel
else.
safe on your little island across the waves. But if you imagine the Telophoroi will leave you be, you are mistaken. They mean to kill us all, themselves included.
Alphino is right. We have seen what the enemy is capable of, the lengths to which they'll go. This is no time to turn a blind eye. If Eorzea falls, so too will Sharlayan. So if you truly love our homeland, you will join us. Now, before it's too late.
It's not gonna convince him.
I thought you knew better than to raise your voice to your elders. It seems I was wrong. Wrong to ever let you leave, Sharlayan. I consoled myself that your time abroad would instill in you some hint of restraint, of discipline.
No.
But I see now that Eorzea has made fools of you both. Have you forgotten why it was that I so vehemently opposed your grandfather's departure?
He knew you'd follow.
For all his wisdom, his only solution was to go to war. Death, devastation, ruin. Even those who claim victory are scarred for life. What prize could ever justify such sacrifice? It is the duty of the learned to avert such tragedy. By fanning the flames of war, you forsake all you once held dear.
Better to fight and fail than wait for the axe to fall. To ignore the plight of others. He's gonna quote. I want to do that one. Is the power to save us refused and condemn us all? I think all three of these are Louis Swa quotes, but I know this one is Louis Swa.
I see your friend shares your misguided ideals. But unlike her, you should know better. By espousing such barbaric notions, you subvert the teachings of Sharlayan and place all we have worked for in jeopardy. Alphino, Alisaie, as of this moment, you shall no longer
I knew he'd
bear
do
the
this.
name of Leveilleur.
I knew he'd do that.
What?
Father. How you choose to live your lives is no longer my concern. If you wish to walk the path of ruin, I will not stand in your way.
Master Fortuneau, while Sharlayan may have no intention of intervening in this conflict, we can still part as friends. Will you not stay and speak with us, that we might learn of Sharlayan's hopes for the morrow?
She's trying to salvage
I have
it.
said what I came here to say. Any further discussion would be meaningless.
Father! Wait! Don't bother, Alisaie!
How can you stand there and watch him walk away? How can you let this happen?
I figured he would do something like that. Also, this just kind of exemplifies the educated elite stereotype. Where they think that they're better than everyone because they know more, and then they take a pacifist stance because we are better and we know better than these barbaric fools. Yeah, well, those barbaric fools are going to save the world. It was not so very long ago that we had a friend and a neighbor in Sharlayan, and so I clung to hope that she might yet lend us her strength. But when she forsook Dervania, it would seem she forsook us all. In order to avoid conflict with Garlemald, the Forum went so far as to order the abandonment of an entire city-state. Their refusal to aid us now, I am sorry to say, is entirely consistent with their historic position. Yeah, because they used to They were in Ildeshire before. I believe that's correct. In Dravania. In Ildeshire here. And the Dravanian Hitherlands. I believe that's where they used to be, but then the Exodus when they all moved back to Old Charlian except for Matoya. Is it we who walk the path of ruin? Time will tell. Yeah, I can see Alize being completely beaten up by this. And Alphinaud will be beaten up by it, but he will try not to show it. So that's what he came here to say? I mean, I didn't really expect anything different, but I can understand why they would think otherwise. That we are fools for having the temerity. Okay, I need to look it up. Temerity. Temerity.
Temerity.
Excessive boldness or rashness, yeah. Temerity. That we are all fools for having the temerity to defend ourselves against the Telephory. And as for the rest, like it or not, this is what was the Forum's decision. To watch from afar while Eorzea burns. Father was but the messenger, and as he handed down their judgment, I could think of nothing to say that could possibly sway him. I still can't. To have prolonged the discussion would have changed little, for it is not only Master Forchelot, what was it again? Forchenal, who must be persuaded, but the Forum as a whole. Their decision was made ere your father crossed the sea. Nor is it like to be changed, and so we shall face the Telephory without their aid. Forgive me, but if they had no intention of helping us, then why would they go to the trouble of sending an envoy in the first place? Because he wanted to come so he could excommunicate the two of them. I think that's the right... No, excommunicate is religion, I think. Anyway. Why did they not simply keep their counsel, as they are wont to do? Because he wanted to come. Brilliant. Has Master Forchenal arrived yet? It is as I feared. My efforts were in vain. I pleaded our case to as many Forum members as I could, but they flatly refused the discussion no matter what, discuss the matter. No, that's not exactly true. I should rather say that they ignored every word I said on the subject, without exception. It was almost unnerving. Could it be that they are hiding something from us? That wouldn't surprise me. That might go some way to explain Master Forchenal's performance? When he said that they would know the final days were truly upon us, I dismissed it as pride. But what if they genuinely believed that they know how the world will end, and just simply disagree with us about the circumstances? That's interesting. That I do not know, but something tells me that they are not as unconcerned about the Telephory as they claim. Interesting. If the threat weren't real, why else would they do so standoffish and secretive? I would very much like to delve deeper into this, but I'm afraid I've exhausted every avenue of inquiry. Nor have I fared any better with my other mission, researching Hydaelyn and the Ethereal Sea. I tried enlisting the help of experts in the field, but it appears the Forum has forbidden anyone from cooperating with us. Again, that doesn't surprise me. Obstructed at every turn. So it would seem, but don't lose heart just yet. With all the knowledge and acquaintances we have between us, we can still find a way forward. To that end, I would like to tell you all to join me here, when the time is right, of course. I am aware that matters in Eorzea stand on knife's edge, but with your permission, I can at least start making the necessary arrangements. Always wanted to visit Charlian? Yep, please do. Well, there are one or two things to take care of first. Please do. Excellent. Obviously, keeping the Telephory at bay must take precedence, but with luck, you'll be able to make the journey to Charlian ere long. It may take a while to secure entry for you all, But I'll let you know when everything is in order. Look after yourselves in the meantime, won't you? Your speculations give me cause to hope. Yet, if these seeds will bear fruit, I cannot say. While it is possible that Charlie's hide some secret truth from us, there can be no certainty that its exposure will prompt them in a change of heart. And so, for the present, we must needs confront the plight in which we find ourselves. The Forum has refused our request to aid, and it falls to us alone to contend with the Telephori. Even with all of Eorzea standing united, there is no guarantee that we will prevail. What does Charlene intend to do if we fail? They told you so? Guess there's no real point in me picking one of these. I'll just pick the crit one. I'm just gonna forget to use them. We got one more quest, right? Yeah, Death Until Dawn. With their knowledge, Charlene could have done so much for the cause. They could have helped us to uncover the secrets of the towers and save the tempered captives within. And yet, gods. Throughout my childhood, I remember grandfather arguing with my father over Charlene policy of non-intervention. And this time, it was my turn to play the role. But if even grandfather could not win him over, what chance had I? If words exist that may sway him, I know not what they are. The forum includes representatives from all of Charlene's central institutions. With them hindering Kryle's investigations, she will be struggling to make any headway on her own. Alright, I'm going to stand up for a minute and take a quick break, and then we're going to continue and do this last quest. So I guess it's time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. Wow, we got 3 servings of chicken fettuccine. I didn't even notice. Anyway, this is going to be the last quest of Post-Shadowbringers MSQ. Death unto Dawn. Kana Sena seems determined to not to let the disappointment of Charlene's rejection distract her from the task at hand. While Charlene's stance is indeed disappointing, we cannot allow ourselves to be distracted from the challenge before us. There is much and more to be done. I shall begin by sharing the forum's response with my counterparts in the Alliance. Meanwhile, I would ask the Scions... Grave tidings, Walking Ones! Grave tidings! Of course. Calm yourself, my gentle friend. What has occurred? These ones who went to see feathered ones send terrible news. Destroying ones have appeared in Zephatol. Destroying ones and captured ones and even frightfully godly ones. Feathered ones didn't stand a chance and were sent flapping and squawking. When did this happen? Is it too late to help them? Too late, yes. Much too late. But luckily, destroying ones went over only passing through and continued on west. Feathered ones who did not fight were left unharmed. West. That would be Korthus. My lady, the Ishgardians report that the Telephori have emerged from the eastern highlands of Korthus and were marching at speed. Though their purpose has yet to be determined, the Cartanu Flats would seem their most likely destination. Oh no, what are they going to do? Lord Emmerich has already dispatched his forces and requests our immediate support. Tell him he shall have it. The time has come for the Grand Company of Eorzea to prove its worth. Well, mayhap it is a mercy that we do not have time to stew upon our misfortunes. Come, my friends, let us make haste to Cartanu. Wait, this one almost forgot. Destroying ones were said to be led by cackling robed ones. This one must see what all waking ones know. Farewell. Are they gonna get fragments of the moon or something? Van Daniel? Who else? It was only a matter of time before that grinning maniac showed himself again. I shall have an airship ready to bear you to Cartanu. Pray see to your preparations and report to the landing with all haste. I suspect they're going to do something with, like, the moon fragments or something, or at least from, like, the Bahamut cage. Or just from the shrapnel... Bahamut shrapnel or something. I don't know, we'll see. At once, my lady. Let us away. The airship will be ready to depart ere long. I bid you make for the landing as soon as you are able, and may the 12 keep you. Kind of silly that we keep on saying, referring to the 12, even though we know that they're all just primals. Especially that one there. Anyway, let's head over to the landing. Okay, it's outside. I was gonna actually teleport down to the airship landing, but it looks like it's outside. Oh, right, no mounts. Oh, let's see what crazy insanity we get now. Oh, Fordola. Come on, this will only take a moment, alright? Brilliant. It would seem Fordola here has come all the way to Cordania to find us. I've explained the situation, but she insists her business is urgent. Aye, and it'll be over soon if you shut up and come with me. stoic head turn. Oh, okay. But why is he in Gridania?
Arenvold! I can't tell you how good it is to see you.
It arrived a lot sooner than expected, eh? The day I craned my neck up at you.
That's right.
Only because you're sitting down. Unless...
Okay.
Afraid so. The chirurgeons say I may never walk again.
Cinematography is good. Panning around to show Alphinaud's face.
Come on, Alphinaud, it could be worse. Besides, I didn't come here to dampen the mood. Quite the opposite. All I've ever wanted was to fight for a cause I believe in. But my fighting days are over. So I want you to fight in my stead. Be the hero I can't.
I am no hero.
Yeah, that's what I thought he'd say.
That's what they all say, though. No one ever calls themselves a hero.
Well, I
Even
do.
the ones who eat primals for breakfast. It's for others to decide.
Oh no, I do that all the time. What are you talking about?
Look, Alphinaud, you already are a hero. To me and countless others. We see you doing your damnedest to protect us all. And you're not alone, are you? There are people who believe in you, just as you believe in them.
Carry the dreams of many, we'll carry yours too. We'll be sure to give you regards to the Telephory. Some things may have changed, but the adventure isn't over yet. Yeah, we'll do that first one.
I know what's at stake, and how many people are depending on you. But I believe in you. Believe that you'll see it through. That's why I'm entrusting my dreams to you. Like Albert and Owlie once entrusted their dreams to me.
I don't remember that story, but...
There was a time when I would have borne the weight of such expectations without a second thought. But now, I know just how heavy that burden can be. To tell the truth, I'm beginning to wonder if I chose the right path. Sacrifices will inevitably be made for the sake of the ideals I uphold. Maybe I am not the person I thought I was. The person you think I am.
I wouldn't presume to tell you. But I will say this. In spite of everything, you've come this far. The road ahead might not always be clear, but you've never been one to give up or take the easy way out. And everything you do for others. For a brighter future. I'm proud to call you my friend. Well, I've said my piece, so I'll let you go. I know you've got more important things to be doing. Just give what I've said some thought, all right?
I shall, my friend. And we will meet again soon, I promise.
Nothing left for me to do but wave and smile.
You've got a pretty narrow view of what it means to be a hero, do you know that? You think they're all forged in the fires of battle? That it's all about being brave and killing villains? Alphino and the others will carry on their fight. But theirs isn't the only one. There are other ways you can make a difference. If you stop feeling sorry for yourself and put your bloody mind to it.
There's not much chance of me living the quiet life with you around, is there?
If you're content to twiddle your thumbs thinking of what might have been, that's your lookout. But I reckon you've got some fight left in you.
And I reckon you might be right. If there's a way I can still help my friends, I'll bloody well find it.
Those two developed a certain relationship. But I mean, he did save her life. Looks like we got an instant fight. After Pagelthon, I assumed that the Telephori would continue to target settlements, but it is plain that they considered Zephitol a mere obstacle on the road to Cartanu. What then draws them to the flats? We must keep a close eye on their movements. I rather doubt that Fordola obtained the Pure Surgeon's permission before bringing Arnvold halfway across the realm. And solely to deliver a message at that. They should both have known better. But what's done is done, and I will not forget his words. Alright then, let's get on this fight. You can tell me later what that was all about, but judging by the set of Alphino's jaw, it appears to have done him some good. Thancred and the others have already left the Rising Stones, and according to the communications officer, Amalja and Kobold forces are also bound for Cartanu as we speak. They mean to keep the promise they made in Alamigo, and we must do the same, by saving as many of their tempered kin as possible. Anyway, the airship is ready to depart. We should get going. During the Cartanu, several cutscenes will play. Okay, it's movie time. Okay, everybody got their popcorn. It's time for a good movie. Make sure to turn this off, just to make sure. I'm back at Cartanu Flats, where this saga began, I guess.
My fellow Scions, as I am sure you will have heard, we can expect no help from Charlian, nor are we any closer to discerning the Telophoroi's grand design. And now, our adversary moves against us in unprecedented numbers, compelling us to answer in kind. The outlook, in short, is bleak. Yet though our foes are many, and we but few, we may still tip the balance in Eorzea's favor.
Of course. We will do what we always do. Deal with the ones our allies can't. A less than daunting prospect, judging by your expression. Could it be that you've dispelled your lingering doubts, Alphino?
Oh, I doubt I ever will. But as my friends have kindly reminded me, I have come this far, and that must count for something.
Gods be good, Alphino. That's what we've been trying to tell you all along.
I'll see.
For one so bright, you can be remarkably dim at times. There is such a thing as overthinking, you know.
Might I suggest that we continue this conversation after the battle? It would appear that Telophoroi have already arrived.
I'll do what I can to cure the Tempered, but they'll have to be incapacitated first.
Oh, don't worry, I can help with that.
Have care, my friends, for none can say wherefore our foe did choose this fateful field to be our battleground. Whatever may transpire, pray grant him not the pleasure of deterring you.
Well then, let's get to fighting. That's what we do best. Well then. Listen well, friends. The Telophoroi are sweeping across Cartanu. As for the Asians, he was briefly sighted on the battlefield but has since vanished. He is likely and intends to watch the events unfold from afar. Thus far, the movements of our lunar primals have proven to predict. Even with the poised ambush troops, they listed withdraw an unknown reason. Whatever the Telophoroi's plan may be, the primals are our primary target. Understood. They will not elude science for long. Ah yes, big fight.
Prepare yourself!
Let's give it our all!
Oh right, I guess I can't really buff anyone, can I? Yeah, I can. Need to remember how to play this class. I've been playing Samurai all week. The Samurai's AoE rotation is very different. There we go. Oh, I'm supposed to keep going. Okay. Or not? Where am I supposed to go? Speak with Alizé. No, I did that already. I saw people run this way. But... there's... okay, this way. Let's follow Estinian. I don't know why I doubted it. I don't see any primals. Something's not right. Oh, okay. As the Scions spread out across the field, Alizé and Grahad take the fight to the Telophoroi. That's pretty cool. We gotta have to play as Alizé. Okay, let's see. No GCD. Another OGCD. AoE and heal. Okay. Okay, that's AoE. Okay, yeah, right, that's red mage stuff. This is a ranged attack? Oh, okay. That's how that works. This is just AoE, this is... okay. I've never played red mage. As you can probably tell.
Allow me.
Just the beginning.
Okay, and then I keep on doing this until I backflip, and then I switch to the other combo. That's a casting combo. Is that single target? Yeah. This is AoE though. And all enemies nearby it, okay. Okay, and that charges in. Oh no, I need to get over there. There we go. If that's how red mage plays, it seems pretty interesting. Oh, let's go ahead and heal some people then. Oh, there he is. Wait, is that yeah, there. Yeah, it's him. Van Daniel. Watching and observing. What's he doing? Do you see that? The glyph? Yes, how could I miss it? What's this gonna be? Listen well and grab and judge for yourself. Though I can see ethereal currents, I had not thoroughly examined those that flow through the heart of Cartano. But now that I am here, things have become clear. The flats conceal. Oh, come on. The glyphs that Van Daniel had conjured reach into that very midst. And I believe I know their purpose. Should the lunar primals destroy them, I would spark the chain reaction that could potentially obliterate the confluence entirely. Sounds like fun! The resulting disruption of the flow of ether... Just turn this off. No. Not skip cutscene. Resulting disruption to the flow of ether, which sow chaos among the elements, prompting earthquakes, floods, and tempests large enough to lay waste to the realm. So, the final days. That he would go so far cometh as little surprise. We must needs protect the confluence at all cost. Nope, time for their encounter. Who am I gonna play as? Lunar Odin? Urianger, okay. Unaspected. Draw a card. Deal damage. Draw a card. Restores MP. Use both to restore MP and draw a card. Restore health. Restores own health and near. Okay, AoE. And cool laser thing. Reducing damage by 10% and healing over time. Okay. Oh, am I gonna have to heal the confluence? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to play Astrologian at all.
I shall protect thee.
Do I actually need to heal them? No, I don't. Okay. I just tried to heal Y'shtola. Didn't seem to do anything. Yeah. Okay, I've seen this ability.
My turn. Damn it.
May the 12 guide
Oh, come on! I guess I have to heal... I just tried to heal Y'shtola and it didn't do anything. Do I have to heal Thancred? Oh, I guess Thancred can't heal himself. As long as I don't have to do... Yeah, resume from midway. I'm not doing that whole thing over again. Yeah, we'll skip this cutscene. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that heals Thancred.
I shall protect thee.
Oops, I need to put that shield up at a better time. Didn't realize it was that short. Okay, that does actually heal her.
My turn.
May the 12 guide you.
Go ahead and heal everyone up. Need to heal the confluence. Make sure to actually heal that up a bit more. Yeah, that actually works. Of course.
Away with you!
Oh man, she does damage. See, that's how black mages are supposed to be.
The best defense is a good defense.
And he LB3's it. Oops, wasting my draw. Oh well. This time I'll stand over here. Ooh, that was fun. I didn't expect to actually have to heal allies, because I've done... There's been at least one instance fight where I've tried to heal my allies, and it just doesn't do anything, because they automatically heal themselves. Meanwhile, Graha T and Alize prepare to lock swords with Lunar Ravana. Nice. Are we gonna play as Alize again, or are we gonna play as Graha? It'd be better if we do Graha. Yep. Okay, fire. Oh, now he's doesn't have his shield anymore. Okay. Stores up to 40 MP, it's lightning damage, AoE, Cure 2, Medica 2, okay. Spam Medica too, like a white mage. Yeah, Thunder 4 is what I'm supposed to use. I just need to actually like hit the right enemy.
I have you now.
I still can't figure out what this is for. Prevents spellcasting movement and other activities nearby enemies. Okay. Oh, I wasn't watching the confluence. Oops. Oh, let's try it again. They're gonna have to fight. Okay, good. Gonna put me there. Thought they was gonna make me fight Odin again. Here we go. Try this again. I guess I need to do that in order to interrupt all of those things. Also probably shouldn't get cleaved by it. Okay, let's try this again. Oops, that's the wrong ability. Let's do this, and then that should interrupt all of them.
I have you now.
There we go. Go ahead and heal myself. Or not. Oh, no mana. Use to get back some of my mana. Excuse me, sir. I need to get back more mana, aren't I? Let's do one cast. She can heal herself. Or not. Let's say you're killing me here. Rather, you're dying on me. Here we go. Much better shape. Oh, okay. Did I hit both of them with the thunder? No, I can't. Oh, okay, thanks. Make sure to heal her up. Oh, that she almost died. Need more mana. And I'm glad I don't play a caster most of the time. There we go. Or at least the class where I have to manage a resource that like isn't where I'd like manage mana or that kind of thing. After the self-same moment, you stand shoulder to shoulder with Alphinaud and Estinian, resolved to lay Lunar Ifrit low. Am I gonna play as myself? I would imagine. All right, let's go. Denny, where are you? I need to buff you. There you are. Same thing. Or not. Oh, there we go. Has to be at the center. Yeah, that's didn't do that right, but I didn't die, so we're good. Oh yeah, I love these nails. Getting some flashbacks from an extreme I never did. I mean, I've done the extreme version unsynced, but... Wrong button. You've got that, Alphinaud, right? Probably shouldn't try and weave 3 abilities in. Pretty sure I can get away with 2, but 3 is pushing it a lot. Just follow the lead. Just follow Estinian's lead. Oh, that's interesting. So that's Radiant Plume. Oh, I gotta go outside. Okay. But since it's Lunar Bahamut, it's not fire. Even though the nails are still fire. I just call them Bahamut. Ifrit. Okay, and that's why we have the same kinds of attacks as we did on that boss in the dungeon. Which I keep forgetting, I completely forgot its name. So much easier when I don't have to keep people alive. Probably go for the one nearby. Maybe the one that they're both attacking. Of course, he's gonna LB3, so we're fine. Yeah. There we go. We got Estinian. We're fine. There we go. So much easier when you don't have to heal to keep the thing alive. You just have to worry about you staying alive. Alright, what's gonna happen now? Do we have one more fight? Or is Van Daniel gonna enact his scheme?
And thus another plan went up in smoke. I am beginning to see why Lord Xenos thinks so highly of you. Not that this changes anything, you understand. You have merely earned yourself a stay of execution.
Well, looks like the battle's over. How was Alphanode already down there? Wasn't he right next to us?
Glory be to Garlemore.
He even wants to save the enemy if he can.
How fare the Tempered?
We've treated as many as we can, but some were beyond help.
Oh, there's Emmerich. He's gonna interrogate Justinian.
Do not hang your head so, brave scions. Though not all of our captured brethren could be saved, we are grateful for those whose minds have been restored. You could do no more, and that is enough. So please hold your heads high.
I should have been quicker, but I'll do better next time. Thank you for your kind words. They mean a lot.
He's still not content, but...
A victory at great cost, but a victory
Yeah.
nonetheless. We must stay strong and press on. Isn't that right?
One battle at a time will get you there to the very end. Well, we've come this far. You can only do what you can at right now, but you should work to do better for next time. Or that you can do more next time. Oh, time for some fun! This is the opening to Endwalker preview, I know that. Or I think it is. Because I've seen it pops up on the main menu. I think? Hey, whatever, we'll see. Okay, Endwalker's gonna be crazy. Oh, that was good. So, that doesn't look like the moon. Or if it is the moon, something's wrong with the moon. Okay, so the plans are... I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. Saturday, we're going to finish up the Nier raid, because we've got a bit more to go. And then we're going to work through the Shadowbringers trial series. We get to meet Papa Gaius. I hope that is an actual meme. And then once we finish that, I think I'll head into Endwalker. Man, Endwalker's gonna be a ride. Shadowbringers was a ride. I like this art. Because like it's the characters, but they're slightly different than their usual models. I think in some ways they're, I don't know how to describe it, softer? Maybe it's the way that they do the brushwork with that style of coloring. So Endwalker's gonna be us facing down Fandaniel and Xenos and taking down Garlemald. That seems kind of vague, because like all the other ones had some like crazy climate. All the other posts had some huge climax. I guess this was a climax. But it doesn't feel the way that it did with the other ones. Or the other endings, the post expansion content to lead into the next expansion. I mean, I still look forward to Endwalker because it like seems like there's a lot of really unexplained things. Also, there's probably gonna be a cutscene after this, so now it's time for me to shut up. Nope, not yet. Now we're getting to more cutscene stuff. Let's see, so... I want to see all the pictures, but I also want to finish up the stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip this. And then, yeah, we gotta watch probably one more cutscene. Let's go ahead and talk to everyone, and then we'll go ahead and probably watch whatever final cutscene. Also, we gotta see Emmerich Grillistinian. I will recommend that the Alliance keep a closer watch over Cartanu. The Telephory may have failed in their attempt to destroy the Confluence this time, but there is naught to stop them from trying again. Throughout the battle, I could not shake the feeling that all present were performing for the amusement of Fandaniel. Nor did his blithe reaction to this latest defeat give me cause to think otherwise. I can only conclude that such failures are of little consequence to his broader scheme, whatever it may be. The Cartanu Flats seem fated to play a prominent role in the history of the realm, did they not? I wonder, might the abundance of aether that floweth through the region have led to the Alligans to entomb Omega there? Interesting idea. It was decent that Lord Emmerich to bear us home aboard his airship. The gods only know how we would have squeezed this many into the bonanza. Many though the enemy were, their numbers consisted largely of the tempered beastmen, with few lunar primals to keep things interesting. The Garleans themselves ventured little and lost less. It was ever even the Empire's way to have others fight their battles, but even they would blush at the Telephory's use of tempered slaves. The tempered that we were able to treat will be taken to the city-states for observation. As soon as the Alliance is satisfied that they are fully recovered, they will be free to return home. At the close of the battle, when the clouds parted and the moon shone down on us, I cannot well express how I felt. Somehow it seemed more a beginning than an end. Nice one, Alphina. You should have seen my face when Lord Emmerich turned up on our doorstep. Did none of you think to send word he was bringing you home? Sorry, Tataru, we'll let you know next time. Yeah, disable auto advance. I trust you all enjoyed a comfortable flight aboard the pride of the Guardian fleet. Lest you worry, the bonanza has been towed to a nearby location to be retrieved at your convenience. You have thought of everything, Lord Emmerich, and may I say how much I appreciated the hospitality you afforded us on the way home. Think nothing of it. Our destination lay in the same direction, and it afforded me the perfect opportunity to learn how my errant friends has been since... Okay. Yeah, he just wanted to know where Estinian was up to. It would seem you finally found a place to settle down. It looks away. I merely grew weary of wandering in the far east. Oh sure, Estinian. Returning to more serious matters, while the Telephori have been driven from Cartanu, just like the bulk of their force yet to remain. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I'm confident that we have the... Oops. It's 9 o'clock. I have an alarm that goes off at 9. Start over. On the evidence of the Grand Company of Eorzea's first joint military operation, however, I am confident that we have the potential to meet such threats head-on, even without the aid of you and yours. Except that Raubon and I did everything. As such, while our forces keep the Telephori at bay, I would ask that you apply your talents to the task of neutralizing the towers. I guess that's what we're going to start off with in Endwalker. A sensible division of labor. While the towers remain, so too will the threat of the lunar primals. And given our expertise in the field of aetherology, we are better qualified to find the solution. That we are, especially should it happen to lie beyond the Alliance's dominion. There is a time and a place for formal investigations, of course, but certain secrets are wanted to hide where only enterprising individuals may venture. I cannot agree more. That there are none better suited to this task, nor any upon whom I would rather rely. On behalf of the Alliance, I thank you. We look forward to receiving any information you are able to recover. And with that, I must take my leave. Should you have need of assistance, pray do not hesitate to ask. Fare you well, my friends. I confess, I had hoped to be able to study the towers more closely, vital as they plainly are to the Telephori's plans. If we can discern their ultimate function, we will be one step closer to understanding our enemy's grand scheme. Should we succeed in neutralizing them, of course, it is all but certain that the Telephori will mount an all-out invasion. And then it will begin. The one who awaits at the heart of chaos will come for us. For you. Yet, in the end, our true nemesis may be the calamity to end all calamities. The final days themselves. Yes, alright, Alphanode. We need a plan, not a portents. As Thancred so eloquently pointed out, we are in a position to seek information for all manner of places, not least Charlian. Yep. According to Kryl, the Forum have been more secretive than ever of late. While this may be related to the appearance of the Telephori, that remains a matter of speculation. But one thing is clear, the Forum is determined to keep us from discovering the truth. Master Forchanal's performance at the Lotus Sands was enough to convince me of that. The matter beareth further investigation, I do heartily concur. Nor can I think of a more promising place to look for the answers we seek on the matter of the towers. Charlian hath ever been the wellspring of ethereological knowledge. I care not where we go. Here or there, my lances all will be ready. And what of you, Brillian? Might you be persuaded to join us? I mean, plot a course for Charlene. If it means I can have a word with Fortunal, and I let a bookworm of bureaucrats, have we no other choice yet? Hear, hear. It's time we laid bare the Telephorized dark designs. It appears we are in agreement. We have but to wait for Kryl to secure the necessary permissions. In the meantime, there's a matter I would investigate. Does it involve tall structures? By strange coincidence, it does. At present, I have only a creeping suspicion, but with your help, I will soon find out whether my fears are warranted. So at the beginning of Endwalker, we're going to try and get into Charlene and try and take down the towers. But that's for another time. Meanwhile in Garlemald? Meanwhile in Garlemald's capital. There we go. It's always there. Let's see what Xenos is up to. Nope, testing out his new weapon. Last time he picked up his scythe, and now we actually get to see it.
Those Eorzeans certainly are a stubborn bunch, though I suppose you knew that already. My plan to redirect the ether from Cartano came to a rather less than satisfactory conclusion. It was, in many respects, an abject failure. Which does, of course, raise the question of where we are going to procure the requisite amount. The obvious solution would be to draw on resources a little closer to home, though that would require our dreamer to dream a trifle more deeply.
You're telling Xenos what to do?
The dreamer will not complain.
Then let us begin the preparations at once. With the gateway of the gods complete, all that remains is to gather the necessary ether,
what?
And our prize shall be within reach.
Gateway of the gods, what? If that's how you construct your tower... Oh, no, he made it. You're probably the bad guy.
The time has come to fulfill your heart's desire. My desire! To relieve those wretched creatures of their meaningless existence!
Xenos just whatever. Can I fight the Warrior of Light yet?
While I await you, I shall drink a sea of souls and gorge myself upon the darkened moon. Then you shall come to me, all roiling rage and rancor. And the stars shall bear witness to our final contest.
As I thought, the ethereal currents have been disturbed here too.
Okay. That's right, we gotta get back to that.
It was the same in Thanalan. Make that every location we surveyed.
And the strength of each current has diminished dramatically, far more than could be attributed to a natural occurrence.
What tidings bringest thou from Dravania?
I guess probably the same thing.
We took a number of readings, and noticed that the closer we were to the tower, the lower the etheric density became.
Okay.
In short,
the towers are drawing upon the land's ether, which would explain how they were able to carry out the summonings.
Okay. So we're not really going to be able to stop the source of the aether then.
Our allies must be informed of this. We should return to the Rising Stones and have Tataru relay our findings to them.
Hear me.
Ooh, what?
Hear me.
Eidolon? Ooh.
Darkness comes. And with
Ooh, I know that model. I've seen that model a million times on...
the fate of the star.
And she's holding her mask.
Everything all right back there?
That's not ominous. At solemn dawn, grim purpose shines, and gaze cast towards a moonlit sky. Thus does our final curtain rise, your step to guide what end besides. I think that was besides. Oh boy! I've said it multiple times before. Endwalker is going to be an absolute ride. Anyway, that's going to be all for tonight. Oh, that was a fun Friday night. Hope you guys had fun too. Tomorrow we're not gonna start on Endwalker yet. We're not gonna start on Endwalker until at least next week. Because we're gonna, like I said, I've said this 2 times already, but we're gonna finish up the Nier raid series tomorrow, and then we're gonna work through the Shadowbringers trial series. And that's the plan for now. And that's gonna wrap up tonight's stream. Hope to see you guys tomorrow, but until then, goodbye.